What do people mean when they're talking about the dollar is getting stronger or weaker? Very simple. There is a measure called the DXY, which measures the strength of the US dollar against a basket of the other main currencies circulating in the world: the Japanese yen, the British pound, the Australian dollar, that kind of stuff. Whenever the DXY is around 100 or just under, it's considered relatively stable. Not too strong, not weak. When the DXY starts going below 97 to 95, people say, the dollar is getting weak. And right now we are at 108, so the dollar is quite strong. In fact, the last time the dollar was at this strength or higher was during COVID, when we were dealing with a lot of economic uncertainty. And before COVID, the last time the dollar was this strong was around the early 2000s, when the dot-com bubble burst and 9/11 happened. When the dollar is strong, that means our imports become cheaper for us and our exports get more expensive for the rest of the world. So it's a double-edged sword. But if you are an American visiting other countries, that's great for you because their stuff becomes cheaper for you to buy. But overall, as an economic indicator, it's kind of a bad sign because it means a lot of people are uncertain about what's going on and they are flocking to the dollar. Now, in the early 2000s, I told you there was a lot of economic uncertainty. The strength of the dollar was at 120, but that is nothing compared to what it was in the 1980s, when things were really bad, interest rates were through the roof, and so is inflation. But what about when the dollar weakens? Like, look at this time during the Great Recession. The dollar hasn't been this weak in over 50 years. And the reason why there was so much uncertainty, but the value of the dollar or the strength of it was weakening, is because the Federal Reserve was printing so much money and our government was releasing so much fiscal stimulus. A dollar being this strong is good for anyone who's holding an excess of dollars, but if you don't have a lot, it kind of sucks because everything is more expensive. But if the Federal Reserve starts lowering interest rates and more quantitative easing starts happening, then we will see the strength of the dollar go down. If there's some horrendous emergency, a black swan event, and the US will start printing tons of money again, we will see the dollar weaken well below 100. Let me know any questions you have.